you ever stare at a screen too long and feel like it's staring back? This isn't a story about ghosts or monsters. This is about a man and a television and the 10 minutes he couldn't outrun. Welcome to Whisperfield, Cairn. This is Dead Channel. I know this sounds crazy, but please, hear me out. I moved into this crappy apartment 2 weeks ago. I lost my job recently, and this was the only place I could afford on short notice. It's your typical rundown apartment complex in the worst part of town. The furniture is all hand-me-down junk. The paint is peeling. And there's this old TV, no cable, no antenna, no nothing. I thought it was just another piece of garbage to ignore. People warned me about this neighborhood. Even the landlord made a passing comment about some recent stabbings in the area. I brushed it off at the time, figuring every city has its rough spots. Except 2 nights ago, the TV flickered to life. The channel was fuzzy static at first, but after a few minutes, it cleared. I thought it was some weird closed-circuit security footage of my own living room. The angle was high and wide, like a hidden camera. I watched myself sitting on the couch, holding a soda can. 10 minutes later, I knocked that exact soda onto the floor, just like I saw on the screen. I thought I was tired or something, a trick of my brain, but it happened again. Yesterday, the TV showed someone knocking at my door. Exactly 10 minutes later, the knock came. It was just some guy asking for directions, but it freaked me out. Today, it got worse. The TV showed some things that didn't make sense. A news channel talking about an accident downtown that never happened. Static showed glimpses of faces and shadows in my apartment that vanished when I turned around. I can't sleep. I started testing it, obsessively waving at the screen, writing notes to myself. The TV always showed my actions exactly 10 minutes before I had performed them. Then I tried unplugging it, breaking it, tossing it in the dumpster. Every time, I'd come back and find it right there, plugged in, turned on, showing my life 10 minutes ahead. Having no other ideas, I thought to myself, it has to be my landlord. Who else could it be? I confronted him today. He called me paranoid, swore that he had no idea what I was talking about. During our argument, the TV switched to a normal local news broadcast. He looked at me like I was losing my mind. I began to think, am I? That night, I managed to get a couple hours of worthless sleep. I got up and went to work the next day. I got home and turned the TV on, but tonight, it was different. Tonight, it showed something horrible. Me, lying on my kitchen floor, clutching my stomach, blood pooling around me. Above me stood a hooded figure, knife in hand. I panicked, grabbed my things, emptied what little cash I had, and ran. Drove 3 towns over, rented a shitty motel room in the middle of nowhere. For the first time in days, silence. No TV, no future. It's been a couple days now. I thought I had escaped whatever it was. I finally started to relax, even found a temporary job. I met this guy at work named Mike. He's been pretty cool. For a while, life felt normal again. I let my guard down, allowed myself to believe it was all some kind of stress-induced hallucination, a product of too much isolation and anxiety. But last night, I turned on the motel TV out of habit. It flickered, static and broken, then cleared. And there I was, standing by the bathroom, tripping over a loose carpet corner and cutting my forehead on the counter. 10 minutes later, it happened exactly like that. A sharp pain and blood trickling down my face. I panicked again, couldn't sleep. The predictions got worse. Minor injuries at first. Breaking a mug, a mirror cracking spontaneously. Then glimpses of me screaming silently at something unseen. Desperate, I called Mike and told him everything. I could hear the skepticism in his voice, but he agreed to come check it out. When Mike arrived, I flipped the TV on. eager to prove I wasn't insane, but the channel just showed a local news broadcast. Mike was sympathetic, but it was clear he'd thought I'd snapped. He awkwardly told me to get some rest and left. After he was gone, the channel immediately returned to showing me alone, pacing, holding my head in despair, exactly how I reacted to his departure. My mind spiraled. I was terrified, furious, and helpless. I decided I wouldn't give in. I packed again, moved even farther away. This time, I chose a busy area, lots of people, lots of cameras, safety in numbers, I thought. And it worked. For days, the TV stayed silent. I slept soundly, cautiously hopeful. Tonight, I walked to a convenience store just down the street. The air was cool, the neighborhood quiet. I felt calm, normal, grabbed a few groceries, joked with the cashier, and turned around back towards the motel, feeling almost hopeful. I got home, cooked a nice meal, and got some well-deserved rest. The next morning, I get up to get ready for work. A news broadcast is playing over the television. A random stabbing in the local area. At first, I'm terrified, but then I remember nothing has happened in the last week. I'm fine. I shrug it off and continue getting ready for work. As I leave my apartment, everything feels fine. It's a cool morning, birds chirping, people out for walks. But then I see him, a hooded figure approaching quickly, nervous and twitchy. My heart sank as a wave of dread crashed over me, memories of the landlord's casual warning flashing through my mind. He mumbled something, incoherent and rushed. I tried to step away, but his hand shot forward. Pain exploded in my chest, sharp and hot. I stumbled backward, blood soaking my shirt. As I fell to the ground gasping, I saw something in a storefront window, a small TV tuned silently to a news channel. It showed a blurred photo of my face with a scrolling headline beneath. Breaking, local man killed in random mugging. I realized, as darkness slowly closed in and sounds became muffled, that all along this was inevitable. No matter how far or how fast I ran, I was exactly 10 minutes too late. Thank you for listening. If your screen flickers after this video, don't panic. It's probably nothing. This has been Dead Channel from Whisperfield, Cairn. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because sometimes what's coming can already see you.